So this quest was inspired by a holotape I found at Pylon V13 in the Cranberry Bog. The holotape was called Professor Greebly's press release. On it, the scientist is talking about his plans for a big time travel experiment. There's also a skeleton on the ground under the pylon, implying that the scientist wasn't successful. I wanted to find out more about Professor Greebly and what happened, but I couldn't find anything in the game, so I googled it, and apparently the whole thing's a reference to something with the developers. I thought it would be cool to give Professor Greebly a little bit more of a backstory. For instance, what if Professor Greebly owned a watch repair shop, and that's what started his obsession with time? The quest started when players showed up at the camp I built to look like a watch repair shop. I would greet them, say hello, and then I would let them know what was really going on. This shop actually belonged to my uncle, Professor Greebly. I had just gotten back to Appalachia after being away for a few years, and I stopped by my uncle's shop to say hello, only to find that he was missing. I asked the other players for help finding him, and if they agreed, I told them to head down to my uncle's workshop to look for clues. Inside the workshop was what looked like a time machine, a skeleton. It was all very strange in there. There was also a file cabinet that was labeled V13. This was the clue they were looking for. Once they found that, they would head to Pylon V13 in the Cranberry Bog and bring me back my uncle's holotape. Then I would ask them if they thought if it was possible that my uncle was successful. If they said yes, which they all did, I told them that if my uncle had managed to go back in time, I was pretty sure he would leave a message for me to find in the future being like right now. Then I asked them to go look for his message. I gave them 2 clues. I told them that my uncle was obsessed with the book Alice in Wonderland, and I told them that when I was a kid, he always took me to the Tyler County Fairgrounds. Now, most of the people listening to this probably know that there's a Alice in Wonderland Easter egg right near the Tyler County Fairgrounds. So the players would go check it out, then they would come back and tell me what they found. In return for their help, I would give them a couple rewards.
I said I'd make it worth your time, and I'm true to my word, so I have some things to give to you. These all belong to my uncle. He had a lot of hats, and his favorite food was mac and cheese. And he
Oh,
loved he loved Nuka cherries, and he took a lot of Mentats. So
that is absolutely awesome.